of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me.
I thought it was my duty. I thought it was my job. Somewhere I believed that loving God would be hard. But loving God is wonderful. Loving God is ecstasy. I thank God for my freedom. Oh yeah.
The Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, 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 the Spirit of God is upon me. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one.
Yes, yes. Good morning, Ahava Center for Spiritual Living. Let's acknowledge our band. Wow, that music. Our music director, Joe Cinquina, and on keys and doing our reading today is Lauren Dechtenberg. On drums is John Dittert. Our featured vocalist today is Tina Fondren. And making us all sound good is Jeff Watts on sound. So thank you all for being here today. Ahava is the Hebrew word for love, and we gather each Sunday knowing that love is what?
Always the answer.
Absolutely. Love is always the answer. I am Reverend Cynthia, your Minister of Community Engagement, and I welcome you here today. So if you would like to know what that means, we are having an annual meeting right after service, and I invite you to join us, and we will let you know more about that. So if you are joining us via live stream, please say hello in the chat and let us know where you are tuning in from. And if you are here and joining us for the first time, we especially welcome you as well. So do we have any visitors here for the very first time today? Welcome. And please know that your presence really makes a difference whether you're here in person or online. So if you're online too, just let us know that you're a first-time visitor. We'll send you some love, some hearts, maybe some flowers. So just let us know that you're here with us. That would be great. And so we invite you to join us in the community room for some coffee and tea afterwards because we'd love to get to know you better. Today we have a very special service planned. We are going to install our new spiritual director, Reverend Rainbow. And as we do that, we're going to be able to hear about the vision that Ahava has for 2023 and beyond. And we will hear that more about that at our annual service right after at our annual meeting right after our service. And if you stay for that, we have a potluck afterwards so we can gather together and get to know each other more. So that will be lovely as well. So I invite you to take this moment right now. Whoops, wait a minute. I got to back up a moment. We are so grateful for our SEVA volunteers, yes? So grateful for all of the hands and hearts that come together each week to make this service possible. So they give of their time, talent, and treasure, and we are so grateful for that. So I personally would like to thank each volunteer that has been here to make this service possible in order for us to create this sacred space each week. And talking about SEVA, there is going to be a volunteer training on January 29th. There is a sign up in the community room, so if you are interested in being on our Sunday SEVA team, please join up. And this is going to be for new and existing volunteers. We're going to kind of redesign the protocol that we have been using. So please join us, and I love to see you there. So I invite you to take a moment right now and turn to someone close to you with your hands over your heart and thank them for being a reflection of and say to them, thank you for being a reflection of me. Thank you for being a reflection. So many beautiful reflections in the room. And we also have a vision, and we can say this together. We are an inclusive community committed to global transformation through personal evolution. And we have a purpose, and what is that?
Wake up, step up, and make a difference.
Absolutely. Wake up, step up, and make a difference. And we also have an affirmation, and you can repeat it after me. As Spirit is, I am, we are. So this is the time of the morning that we're going to go into our centering song and prayer as our practitioner, Connie Moore, does our opening prayer.
Loving Spirit dwells in me. This is my divinity. As within, so without. All I need is here and now. Where there's air, let me love. May I have no fear.
loving Spirit does indeed dwell as me now and evermore. There is nothing beyond Spirit. There is nothing outside of Spirit. There is only Spirit. Spirit is, I am, we are. All that Spirit is, all the love that Spirit is, all the peace that Spirit is, all the wisdom that Spirit is right here, right now, expressing as each of us. That is the truth here, that is the truth beyond this beloved place. So I bless our celebration this morning of renewal and refreshment, knowing that we are new in spirit in every moment. And this morning we celebrate that renewal and refreshment as we ordain our new spiritual director, knowing that all the energy that brought this into being is God energy, is Spirit in action. I bless this special service today, and so it is.
Loving Spirit dwells through me. This is my divinity. As within, so without. All I need is here and now. Where there's air, let me love. May I have no fear. All the power, all the glory, I surrender, let it be. Loving Spirit dwells as me, now and evermore.
Hello, can everyone hear me? Great, okay. Beloved community, I'm CJ, your current president of the Core Council, and it is my honor to preside over the installation of our new senior minister, Reverend Rainbow Weldon. Ahava CSL is a demonstration of a divine idea in the mind of God. Founded by Reverend Sonny Cantrell Smith in 2009, today, January 15th, 2023, we usher in a new generation of leadership that through Reverend Rainbow's willingness will continue this legacy and add to her mark to this vibrant, growing community. Official notification has been received from the Centers for Spiritual Living in Golden, Colorado, that Reverend Rainbow Weldon has met all the requirements of ministerial licensing by the organization and is a fully licensed and ordained Science of Mind minister. So now I present to the Core Council in this community of Ahava CSL, Reverend Rainbow Weldon, to be duly installed as the spiritual director of this center. Reverend Rainbow, please come forward and take these words as Reverend Cynthia reads the Declaration of Principles by Dr. Ernest Holmes.
Okay. Thank you. Am I straight?
The Declaration of Principles by Dr. Ernest Holmes.
Do you want to just use the money? So many papers today, y'all. It is. Yeah, and then you can.
There we go. We believe in God, the Spirit Almighty, one indestructible, self-existent cause. We believe this one manifests itself in, through, and through all creation, but is not absorbed by its creation. We believe the manifest universe is the body of God. It is the logical and necessary outcome of the infinite self-knowingness of God. We believe in the incarnation of Spirit in each one, and that we are all incarnations of the one Spirit. We believe in eternality, the immortality, and the continuity of the individual soul forever and ever expanding. We believe that the kingdom of heaven is within us, and that we experience this kingdom to the degree that we are conscious of it. We believe in the ultimate goal of life to be completely in emancipation from all discord and of every nature, and that this is a goal, and that this goal is sure to be attained by all. We believe in the unity of all life, and the highest God and the innermost God is one. We believe that God is personal to all who feel this indwelling presence. We believe in the direct revelation of truth through our intuitive and spiritual nature, and that anyone may be a revealer of this truth who lives in close contact with the indwelling God. We believe that the universal spirit operates through a universal mind, which is the law of God, and that we are surrounded by this creative mind, which receives the direct impress from our thought and acts upon it. We believe in the healing of the sick through the power of this mind. We believe in the control of conditions through the power of this mind. We believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the eternal givingness of life to all. We believe in our own soul, our own spirit, and our own destiny, for we understand that our life is God.
Reverend Rainbow, do you accept these principles and promise to adhere to them and make them the basis of your teaching?
I do.
Do you so dedicate yourself to the ministry that you will do your utmost at all times to reflect these principles in all that you think, say, and do?
I do.
Do you so dedicate yourself so that you will see the oneness within all people, perfect mind, body, and spirit?
I do.
Do you promise to minister faithfully and lovingly to the people now committed to your charge and to seek to ever be an example of loving kindness?
I do.
May the infinite spirit which empowers you to do all these things grace you with the strength to faithfully perform the same and to live the vision of Ahava CSL and the vision of the Centers for Spiritual Living. Thank you. And now I'm going to present a charge to the Core Council, so we will now ask our Core Council members who have been duly elected to serve this community to stand. Okay. Do you accept Reverend Rainbow as your spiritual director, senior minister, and teacher? Yes. Thank you. You may be seated. Charge to practitioners. We now ask the practitioners who have been licensed to serve this community to stand. Practitioners, as a member of the ecclesiastical team, do you accept Reverend Rainbow as your spiritual director, a senior minister, and teacher? Thank you. You may be seated. Now to the community. Community, if you consider Ahava your spiritual home, please stand. Okay. You are the voice of the center. You are the backbone of this community, serving as volunteers, active attendees, and providing the financial good on which the center runs. Do you accept Reverend Rainbow as your spiritual director, senior minister, and teacher? Thank you. You may be seated. Now, is she here?
Maybe.
Okay. The calling of a minister is a marvelous thing and brings with it challenges, loneliness, frustrations, long hours away from home and family, as well as joys and celebrations. And while the calling of ministry does not have an off switch, it is important to recognize the sanctity of the sanctuary called home. At this time, will the spouse of Reverend Rainbow, Heather Marsh Prelesnick, please stand?
She's going to make a grand entrance
Oh,
from
is
the
she?
youth room.
Okay.
Someone went in earlier
Oh,
to
did
relieve
they?
her so that she
Okay.
can come, but
We're just talking about ministry away from family.
Exactly.
There you go. It's one of those out of sight, out of mind things, right? I know. Okay. Is she with the kids? I think so.
yes, Jennifer went to replace her so she could be here for this part.
Okay.
And several others went to get her as well. So
There she is.
you're. We just know you like to make a grand
A
entrance.
grand entrance. Okay. So, Spouse Heather, do you promise to uphold the sanctity of home by being the arms and place where Reverend Rainbow is free to be Rainbow with no titles?
I do.
Okay. And community, do you promise to support this family through your activities in the community as well as through honoring and respecting this family's boundaries and sanctity of home?
Thank you.
Reverend Rainbow Weldon, as president of the Core Council, I do install you here and now as spiritual director at Ahava Center for Spiritual Living with all the rights, privileges, and obligations appertaining to your letter of call. Teach, heal, and minister to the people, and so it is.
Thank you. So it is. Thank you.
One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright.
Hear the children crying.
One love,
Hear the children crying.
one heart. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Let's get together and feel alright.
Whoa, let them all pass on their dirty remarks.
One love,
There is one question I'd really love to ask.
one heart.
Is there a place for the hopeless sinner who has hurt all mankind just to save his own beliefs? One love, what about a one heart?
One heart.
Oh, let's get together and feel alright as it was in the beginning.
One love.
So shall it be in the end.
One
Alright.
Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright.
Saying,
Let's get together and feel alright.
and one more thing. Let's get together to fight this holy Armageddon.
One love.
So when the man comes, there will be no doom.
One heart.
Have pity on those whose chances grow thinner. There ain't no hiding place from the Father of creation. Singing, one love, what about a one heart?
One heart.
Let's get together and feel alright. I'm pleading to mankind. Oh,
One heart.
saying, give thanks and praise to the Lord,
and I will
feel alright. Let's get
Together and
feel alright. Give
thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel
alright.
Let's get together and feel alright.
Yes, beautiful. Let's get together and feel all right. I mean, if I were just to kind of like casually sum up what we're about here, I would say that's a big part of it, right? One love. So we come together in this recognition and realization of one love, of one presence, one power for good in the universe, that which is all that there is, the very energy, essence, and nature of life, that which is wholeness, that which is divine harmony, peace, joy, creativity. This is the very essence and nature of life, and therefore it is the very essence and nature and truth of each and every one of us. So we get to gather together as a spiritual community to remind ourselves of this truth. Because as easy as it is to come together on a Sunday morning and hug and love each other up and sing about this one love, when we walk out that door, we are often smacked in the face with the reality of life, yes? And although it may seem like a paradox or an extreme contradiction, what we know is that truly it is all one. It is all God. It is all spirit. It is all life expressing in many forms through us. So we come together to be reminded of this truth so we can, as this month's theme says, be rooted in order to reboot. We come together to root in the spiritual principles and truth and practices that we have so we can be so firmly grounded in this truth that when we go into the world, we are unshakable. We must be flexible, just as these branches we talked about last week, right? We must be flexible through all that life brings to us, but we remain steadfast in the truth of who we are, so that we can see that behind any seeming appearance of what life, the conditions of life that are showing up, we can see the wholeness back of all things. We can remember the truth that this too is God. This too is an expression of life. So we come together in this awareness to remind each other, to see the truth in each other, so we can build ourselves up, right? We have to fill our cup so that when we go into the world, we can be the light. We can be the energy, the vibration of love and peace and wholeness and joy, so that no matter what is going on around us, we are the highest energy in the room. We are the highest vibration, so that our energy then shifts whatever else is happening to recalibrate itself, right? The quantum physics of life, to recalibrate the energy and vibration to that which you bring to the space. That is the intention that I set for my life. It is why I am in this teaching and get to do the work that I do, because I believe that the more of us that come together to study and remember the truth of our oneness and our wholeness, that we can then go into the world, be the highest vibration, and lift all others. What is the phrase? All boats rise in rising tide of the... It just came, but what is it?
A rising tide lifts all boats.
A rising tide lifts all boats. So let us be that rising tide in our relationships, in our work life, career, families, our volunteer opportunities, wherever we go throughout our week outside of Ahava, we get to be the personification of Ahava. We get to be the ambassadors of love, showing a new way. Because the world will always fall, right, to the kind of status quo, lowest common denominator of thinking, of being, of lack and limitation, of scarcity, of separation, of us and them, right? Unless there is a conscious intention to remember the truth and rise above this false narrative of separation and not enoughness. So we get to be Ahava. We get to be love in the world. To rise above the status quo and to not simply sleepwalk through our lives as if it is some kind of sentence that we have been given. Instead, we get to wake up and realize each and every day is anew, and we get to determine and create what this day will bring through our conscious awareness and attention and intention. And it doesn't mean that we deny the reality of experiences that are anything other than what we would desire. We acknowledge, we see, we reveal what needs to be healed. But in the revelation of acknowledging the circumstance, in that moment is the opportunity for a shift to occur. And recognizing and seeing what needs to be healed, we create the space to acknowledge what is and then be the conduit through which Spirit moves through and allows something new to be rebirthed. So as many of you, if you got here earlier and came through the other door, you may have noticed some changes in our physical space. The vocabulary word of this week in my household is zhuzh. So we've been zhuzhing up Ahava. It's a great 7-year-old vocabulary word. We've been zhuzhing up Ahava in order to create the space when you walk in the room that articulates the vision of a community. What I'm interested in creating through Ahava is a space where we can gather, not just on Sunday mornings, where we can come together through the week to remember this truth. A space where we have meditation, where we have ministers and practitioners available to be with you, to sit with you for spiritual guidance, where we can show up and have a cup of coffee and be inspired by the books in the Linden Library and discussion, rich discussion. So how that's going to unfold and reveal itself in physical form is going to be the great adventure that we are open to this year. But it's a way that we are rooting and rebooting as this new vision for Ahava comes to life. And I'll be sharing more about that at our annual meeting. I'm going to keep it short now because we do have a lot planned today, and I don't want you to get too hangry while we're looking at the budget later, since the potluck's coming after that, right? But I just want to say how grateful I am to be here, to be in service to you as this beloved community, and to be able to allow the vision that Spirit has for this community to pour through me and be the one to say yes, but not do it alone. You are all here as a part of this community, so you look out. I might be calling you. I might be saying, hey, Spirit's moving through me, and I'm curious if you're interested in doing this with me, right? I may be calling you up to see what is your vision, what is your part of creating this community that you want to contribute. How do you want to serve, whether it be through spreading the word of Ahava in the greater Lexington area, whether it be through an idea for an event or something to host, a way that we can use this space in some sort of creative way that aligns with the values of who we are, or whether it be to come in early and make coffee or help out later to clean up and throw out the trash. What would it be to show up in this space and take full ownership and to know that you get to create it and allow it to be what you want it to be? I think that's all for now. I think that's all for now. Yes. So, well, the last thing. So, you know, we had the opportunity to hear our Declaration of Principles, and those were written by Dr. Ernest Holmes, the founder of the Science of Mind teaching that is the core teaching here. And, you know, they were written back in like the 1930s, so the language is a little archaic, but we're going to be having some classes coming up where we're really going to be rooting into what this means. What does oneness mean in a very practical day-to-day experience, right? What does it mean that I can, you know, create my experience, or this idea of healing? What does healing even mean? So I'm really interested in creating opportunities for classes and workshops to go deep in our teachings and our spiritual practices. So if that kind of went, when we went over it kind of quickly, please begin to sign up for some classes and opportunities. And I'm really excited for us as a community to root in these spiritual principles in a way that makes sense for us with who we are now, today, as a community and as an individual. So, that being said, let's take it into prayer. Taking a nice deep breath. Opening. Listening, knowing, feeling, resonating, vibrating as oneness, as love, as peace, as joy, as harmony. We take a deep breath of recognition of the one life that is love, this energy, this cosmic isness that is the very essence and nature of all of life, knowing that this life is moving in, as, and through all beings. I speak this word now from this place of oneness, declaring, claiming, and knowing that spirit is having its way right here, right now. Knowing that Ahava Center for Spiritual Living is awakening to its highest potential, to be that beacon of love and light for Lexington and beyond. As we are all individually awakening to this higher calling, to this higher knowing, lifting our vibration to that of peace, of wholeness, of love, of creativity, and allowing this love to inform all that we do, knowing that right where we are, love is, God is, peace is, joy is. And it always has been and will be forevermore, for it is who we are. So in moments where we may fall asleep or forget this truth, I know and claim that as quickly as we forget, we quickly remember. And we wake up to this awareness of life moving through us and all the good that we get to do and create together as this beloved community, creating a world that works for everyone. And listening to what that means for a world that works for me inside a world that works for all. So I'm so grateful to speak this truth, so grateful to know that this prayer is done. It is fulfilled as I release it. I release it into the action of the law that says, yes, 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 my beloved, it is done, and it is so. And so it is.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love.
Yes. Now, before you sit down, please turn to someone and affirm, I am Ahava. Yes. I am Ahava. I am love. We are Ahava. We are love. Great. All right, so we are going to move into our time of conscious giving now. We are going to, the Core Council will pass a basket in the room as your opportunity to give back and be in a reciprocal relationship with the good that you are receiving this day. And there are many ways you can give online as well. If you are tuning in online, you can text the word give to 859-209-6996. You can also go to our website, and there's a give button there, and you can mail in your gifts. So let us now take our love and our gifts, maybe place it on our heart, and I invite you to repeat after me. Divine love as me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I joyously contribute to the vision of Ahava, knowing that it returns to me, multiplied abundantly. And so it is.
Think about it. There must be higher love. the stars above. Without it, life is wasted time. Look inside your heart, I'll look inside mine. Things are so bad everywhere. In this whole world, what is fair? We walk blind and we try to see, falling behind in what could be. Bring me your higher love. Bring me your higher love. Oh, bring me your higher love. Was that higher love? I'll keep thinking of. Walls are turning and we're just hanging on, facing our fears and standing out there alone. A yearning, and it's real to me. There must be someone who's feeling for me. I can light the night up with my soul on fire. I can make the sunshine from pure desire. Let me feel that love come over me. Let me feel how strong it could be. Bring me your higher love. Bring me your higher love. Oh, bring me your higher love. Was that higher love I keep thinking of? Bring me your higher love. Bring me your higher love. Oh, bring me your higher love. 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 Oh, bring me your higher love. Bring me your higher love.
Yes. All right. So today is our annual meeting. So we're going to, as we wrap up service here, I promise to keep us moving right along. We're going to take about a 15-minute break, get some coffee, take care of your biological needs, and then come back in. And you're going to want to kind of gather here so you can see these slides really good. And those of us who are presenting will be over here. And then the meeting will be about an hour, and we'll have our potluck. So please stick around, even if you weren't planning to, even if you didn't bring a dish. I know there will be more than enough food for all. Tomorrow is Martin Luther King Day, and we are going to participate in Lexington's MLK Freedom March. So if you would like to participate with Ahava, we're going to meet first as a community at the Triangle right side of Triangle Park. There is a cafe or I forget the exact name, but sign up. We'll send you an email. We're going to meet, have some brunch right outside of Triangle Park there. It's the restaurant at the bottom of the Hilton, I believe. And then we're going to line up, and the march starts at 1, and then there's a program at 2. So be there if you can. Sign up either online, send us a little message there, or there's a physical sign up so we know who to expect, and we can reach out and let you know where we are. As well as we have a number of ongoing events. Make sure to check your email. If you're not on our email list, there's a sign-up sheet right back there, or if you have a new email, put it on there. We'll make sure you get our events about our monthly grief group, our Wednesday night meditation and metaphysical discussion, our Tuesday night Course in Miracles group, our Queering Spirituality group, and our Prosperity Power Hour. But in addition to that, we have our first class coming up at the end of January, and I'm going to invite Alois up to tell you a little bit about that opportunity.
Good morning. I would like to invite whomever, if you've done it once already, that's fine. You can do it again. We don't care, but it's Financial Peace University, and with Dave Ramsey, only I'm actually hosting it. It'll be in person here, and on Thursday evening and that starts the 26th at 6:30. In theory, an hour and a half. This is the third time I've done this, and I guarantee you that the enthusiasm and excitement is awesome. And the connection that we have is incredible. So, if you have any questions, please come see me afterwards. There's a sign-up sheet outside, so in the social hall, and we'll look forward to having you.
Yes, thank you. And there is no cost for this. There is like a workbook or some kind of supply cost, but if even that is prohibited, please let Alois know, and we can make that work, as we have had some people in the past pay it forward by purchasing the materials for other students. So, yes. Also, starting in February, we are going to be studying Bell Hook's book, All About Love. So I'm so excited. And Reverend Cynthia is going to be leading a book discussion every Sunday after service if you want to go deeper in that book. And we'll be using it for our Sunday morning talks as well. And those books should be coming in this week or so. So if you need to get a copy, they'll be available probably next Sunday, we think, Nancy, from our bookstore. And as I said, some more classes coming up that will be announced in the coming week. But with that, let us stand so we can bring this part of our morning to a close. Please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
It's this thing called life.
It's this thing called life.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my affairs.
Life is in my affairs.
I accept it.
I accept it.
I am it. I share it.
I share it.
Just the way it appears.
Just the way it appears.
And just the way it appears not.
Just the way it appears.
Thank you, life.
Thank you, life.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
We want to thank everyone for tuning in online, and those of you who came out today. It's always good to see you. Don't forget the Martin Luther King March tomorrow. If you can't be there, please send up a prayer about 1 o'clock. Keep everyone safe, and let's hope for a great turnout. Oh, let me